They said he was too small, too fragile, too quiet. He didn't talk much, didn't look like a superstar, and didn't even fit the image of a professional athlete. Doctors told his family that Messi might never grow normally, and if that was true, chasing a football career would be nothing more than a dream. But when Lionel Andrés Messi stepped onto a pitch, the game bent to his will. Defenders froze, goalkeepers collapsed, and an ordinary boy from Rosario rewrote history, turning rejection into the greatest football story ever told. How did this shy kid, ignored and underestimated, become the most complete player in the history of the sport? To understand Messi's rise, we have to go back to the very beginning, to the boy who was never supposed to make it. 1. The fragile kid who wasn't supposed to play. In Rosario, Argentina, a 5-year-old Lionel Messi joined his first club, Grandoli. His grandmother, Celia, took him to every single game, clapping the loudest and believing in him when no one else did. She became his biggest supporter, his first fan, and his source of strength. But tragedy struck when she passed away when Messi was just 10. From then on, every time he scored, he pointed to the sky. Not as a celebration for the cameras, but as a tribute to the woman who gave him the courage to dream. At Newell's Old Boys, where Diego Maradona once played, Messi's talent was undeniable. He scored over 100 goals a season, dribbling through kids twice his size. Locals called him La Pulga, the flea, because of his tiny frame and his ability to wriggle past anyone who tried to stop him. Some teams outright refused to play against Newell's if Messi was in the lineup. But then came the diagnosis that nearly ended everything. Growth hormone deficiency. Doctors said, he won't be able to grow like other kids. Forget professional sports. The treatment cost $1,500 a month, an impossible amount for his working-class family. At just 10 years old, Messi's dream was hanging by a thread. 2. The gamble of a lifetime. Most kids give up when the world closes its doors. Messi didn't. His father Jorge filmed VHS tapes of his son playing and mailed them across Europe, begging clubs to notice him. One day, Barcelona scout Carles Rixach watched a tape of the small boy juggling the ball with his feet, knees, and head like it was glued to him. His response was simple: sign him immediately. In one of football's most legendary moments, Rixach pulled out a napkin at a restaurant and scribbled Messi's first contract on it. That napkin wasn't just paper, it was a lifeline. At 13, Messi left everything he knew, family, friends, culture, and moved to Spain with his father. At La Masia, Barcelona's academy, his silence earned him the nickname El Mudo, the mute. He rarely spoke. But when the ball touched his feet, words weren't necessary. Barcelona not only signed him, they agreed to pay for his medical treatment. Every night, young Messi gave himself injections. Every morning, he trained. And slowly, Barcelona realized they weren't just funding a dream. They were building a machine. 3. The silent assassin emerges. By 16, Messi was humiliating Barcelona's senior team in training. At 17, he scored his first official goal for the club. The first attempt was ruled offside, so he did the exact same move again and buried it in the net. Still, critics weren't convinced. Too small. Too quiet. Not a leader. Just another benchwarmer behind stars like Ronaldinho, Eto'o, and Henry. But in the meeting rooms, two men knew different: Johan Cruyff and Pep Guardiola. Cruyff once said, "Messi is not a player. He's a system." Pep believed Messi wasn't just a piece of the team, he was the team. Barcelona began building a new system around him, one that would unleash his genius. The world wasn't ready, but Messi was. Before we dive into Messi's first battles against legends, if you're enjoying this journey so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, because we've got more incredible football stories coming your way. And now, let's get back to how a teenage Messi took on the giants of world football. 4. First battles against legends. Messi's first tests came against giants. In a friendly against Juventus, he embarrassed defenders so badly that their manager, Fabio Capello, begged Barcelona to sell him. They refused. Against Chelsea in the Champions League, Messi's speed and fearlessness infuriated defenders so much that Ossier Del Horno hacked him down repeatedly until he was sent off. Messi limped off injured, but the stadium rose to its feet. Even in pain, the world had noticed him. By 2006, he wasn't just scoring goals. He was dictating games. Against Zaragoza, with Ronaldinho benched, Messi didn't score or assist, but he controlled the rhythm, directed attacks, and led like a general in silence. Analysts began whispering, "This isn't normal. We're watching the birth of something we've never seen before." And then came the night that would silence every critic. 5. The night Madrid fell, El Clasico 2007. March 10, 2007. Camp Nou. Real Madrid's Galacticos, Beckham, Van Nistelrooy, Raúl, Guti, Ramos, Casillas, the most expensive team in the world. Barcelona were fading, Ronaldinho was leaving, veterans looked exhausted. The press said, "The magic is dying." And into this storm walked a 19-year-old Lionel Messi. Madrid struck first in the 5th minute. But Messi answered in the 11th with a ruthless left-footed finish. Madrid scored again. Messi equalized again. Ramos put Madrid ahead in the 73rd minute with a towering header. Time ticked away. The crowd prepared for defeat. Then, the 90th minute. Ronaldinho threads a pass. Messi darts into the box. He slices past Ramos, fakes out Cannavaro, stares down Casillas, and blasts it into the net. Hat-trick. 3-3. Against the world's most expensive defenders. At 19. The stadium fell silent. Then erupted. They hadn't just seen goals, they had witnessed a miracle. The next day, headlines screamed, "A star is born, Messi makes Madrid kneel, the new Maradona." But the truth was simpler. He wasn't the next Maradona. He was the first Messi. 6. From wonder kid to number 10. With Ronaldinho gone, Messi inherited the number 10 shirt and the weight of Barcelona's identity. He carried it differently. No flashy celebrations. No wild interviews. When asked about his first hat-trick against Madrid, he shrugged, "I just wanted to help the team." But behind that humility was an obsession. He was always the first to arrive at training, even after becoming the world's best. Always the last to leave. Still practicing free kicks after hours. Still running drills in silence. Soon, every child in every corner of the world wanted the number 10 Messi jersey. And with each passing season, Barcelona stopped being Ronaldinho's team or Guardiola's team. It became Messi's team. 7. Pain before glory. But greatness isn't straight lines. Messi's international career was heartbreak. Quarter-final exits. A lost final. Headlines screaming, "Messi will never be Maradona. He can't lead Argentina." Fans turned on him. The media mocked his quiet nature. Even in Argentina, some said he wasn't Argentinian enough. At one point, Messi nearly walked away from the national team for good. But he didn't. Like always, he kept fighting. Kept coming back. Kept building a new Argentina squad around him, molding them like a lion shaping a pride. And in 2022, the final chapter was written. Messi lifted the World Cup. The boy who was never supposed to grow became immortal. 8. Legacy written in gold. 8 Ballon d'Ors. Over 800 career goals. More than 350 assists. 35 titles with Barcelona. Standing ovations in rival stadiums. Legends like Ronaldo Nazario, Casillas, and Xavi all admitted it. Messi wasn't just talented. He was something different. A monster in disguise, Casillas said years later. For over a decade, football belonged to Pelé, Maradona, and Zidane. But on March 10, 2007, in Camp Nou, the game shifted. From that day on, football belonged to Lionel Messi. And yet, he remains the same boy from Rosario. Humble. Silent. Pointing to the sky for his grandmother. Conclusion. Messi's story isn't just about goals or trophies. It's about a boy who wasn't supposed to make it, who turned weakness into strength, silence into leadership, and doubt into the greatest legacy in football history. They said he was too small, too fragile, too quiet. Now, football will never forget his name. Lionel Andrés Messi. Not just a player. Not just a legend. Messi is football. Messi's story proves that nothing is impossible when you refuse to give up. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe for more untold stories of football's greatest legends.